Epileptic Gaming's News of the Week and Top 10 lists are brought to you by The Magic Box. Visit www.the-magicbox.com for all of your up-to-date console news and charts. Epileptic Gaming's News of the Week.
All right. So we've got News of the Week for you here. And before we go into News of the Week, let me readjust my pillows here. Before we go into News of the Week, I do want to talk a little bit about the video side, because already I'm getting bombarded with an assortment of questions. You know, what the hell is this video stuff all about? Well, we're shooting the show today in the studio, and for those of you that aren't listening live or, you know, still want to relive some of the moments of EG, we're going to be cutting these up into segments for you to enjoy later on, as well as other segments that we're going to be added to it. Next week, we're paying a visit to EA. We're going to go out and we're going to talk to some of those mutants that are standing in line for the PS3. And we've got all sorts of segments and stuff planned for you. So expect the comedy level and expect some of the crazy segments we do to amplify. So let's move right on to News of the Week. And as always, we're going to start with Trailers of the Week. And since we're working on a new setup, Forrest, can you hear us okay?
I got you.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I actually don't have as many Trailers of the Week as I typically do. And I actually have a complaint this week in the Trailers of the Week. And my complaint is actually about one of the games that we're going to be reviewing, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And the reason why I have a complaint about this is because every single commercial that I have seen for Marvel Ultimate Alliance has been nothing but a re-edit of the CG in the game. Have you seen these commercials, Forrest? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So
I read magazines, don't rely on TV.
Oh, okay, I see how it is. Well, you know what? I wish I could read as many magazines as I used to. But the bottom line is that I get a lot of my, this was the game that I think I probably saw more television commercials than, I saw media on. And it wasn't until I talked to you that you said, dude, it's like X-Men Legends, which was a game that I actually thoroughly enjoyed. So my complaint more than anything was this, Force. Why sell a game that has had two successful franchises, X-Men Legends 2, which actually even appeared on like the portable titles, the PSP, et cetera, et cetera. Then why wouldn't they say this is sort of a new X-Men Legends, or do more or spend more time, more effort actually showing the gameplay? Because when you go back and you look at what the gameplay actually is, it's awesome. It looks sweet. So
I have two thoughts on that.
All right, well, shoot them my way.
One is they obviously spent a ton of money on the full motion video because it's top notch.
Right.
It
does look top notch.
The second thing is whose platform do you show? Do you show the 360 version and then upset the PS2 players?
Does that matter? I mean, what did they do for Splinter Cell? They obviously showed the 360 version because that's what was out and what was available. That also is what puts the best foot forward. So considering that the PS3 version isn't quite available yet, it would make sense to use the 360. Now, we'll find out from you later whether or not the 360 graphics are actually worth a damn. But it's just an annoyance. I'm not going to buy a game because I see a bunch of kick-ass CG. If I want to buy a game because I'm going to have fun playing it. Even more so because of the amount of games that are coming out lately. So let's move on to the real game trailers of the week. We have got what I believe is a good advancement in a franchise, and that's Medal of Honor Airborne. Now, they've just released a new trailer. I'm sure you've probably seen the E3 trailer like a million times, and it looked good. There's no doubt about it. Some of it was pre-rendered. Some of it was
I thought all of it was
scripted.
pre-rendered.
In the original one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so it looked unbelievable, for one thing. So, I mean, the pre-rendering thing is right up on there. But the new trailer is basically the exact same footage, but all done in-game. Additionally, it's got a lot of gameplay that goes along with it. Now, Medal of Honor is kind of the little brother, in my opinion, to Call of Duty. And
it's funny that you say that because Medal of Honor came out first, and that was the World War II sim.
I know it did. And actually, it was so funny because I was talking to Camera this morning, And, he used to work at EA. He did a lot of beta testing over there. And he said, he was talking about how, Medal of Honor was actually kind of always a good franchise for them. They always produced good games. And I remember playing Medal of Honor on the PS1. It was the first game where you threw a grenade at an enemy, and the enemy, picked that son of a bitch up and chucked it back at you. There's some cool concepts, some cool aspects. But I think what Call of Duty did is it brought, the shooting down the sights. It brought, I think, a lot more cinematic story-type gameplay to the franchise. And Medal of Honor was always about the story, the gameplay, how it played in. But I always felt like Call of Duty presented it well. Medal of Honor Airborne, if I were to show you this footage and not show the title of the game, you would have guessed that it's like Call of Duty. So I would suggest anyone who's a Medal of Honor fan or anyone who's a Call of Duty fan to go and check this trailer out because it looks really good. It looks unbelievable. And like I said, Forrest, like you said, that it was all pre-rendered footage beforehand. Now it's all in-game scenes, in-game shots, in-game scenes. It looks really good. Does it look as good as Call of Duty 3? I don't know. It's hard to say, but you can go check it out for yourself. The next thing, and hopefully you have this queued up, Mr. Rome.
You know it, baby.
Do you? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So this isn't per se a trailer, but we're gonna show it here for the video. And trust me, you aren't gonna need to see the imagery. The words themselves will make you laugh. And this is actually a video that was found on YouTube. And you know what? I don't think it needs any more introduction. Why don't you just roll that bitch?
On your kid's Christmas list, PSPs are good, clean fun, right? So why are they also known by the name PlayStation Pornable? Fox 29's Robin Taylor has some information that'll really open your eyes.
That is awesome.
We don't want to spoil anybody's Christmas, but there are hidden dangers parents should be aware of. I'm sure you wouldn't give your child pornography,